Hello guys, welcome to all of you. Today in this practical session we learn about the recursion programs, that is very most IMP topic for a GTU exam. Here we discuss the six different programs. First is factorial, second sum of first n numbers, third is sum of digit of given number, then Fibonacci number, GCD of that two number, and NCR of recursion. Clear? So these first two programs we are already discussed in our previous lecture. Let us start with overview of factorial programs and sum of first n numbers. That is what, whenever we are making any of the program using recursion, the last word is using recursion, then you must use fourth category, that is with argument and with return type of category for making programs. So here we are making fourth category with argument with return, because the answer of factorial is integer and the find number, that is n, for a factorial of that number. So here we are passing one argument, that is n, and that value will be printf and scanf in a void main, and then call the functions. When we are calling these functions and it returns something, then it stores the value returned in a t, and that value will be displayed here. Now when the void main is executed and we are entering value n, then n value is passed in a function, and that function is called, and jump onto the function definition, that is this part. Inside this function, we are making the logic for a recursion. How it is recursion? Because inside function fact, we are again call the same function, that is fact. The name is same and the argument is n here. But here the argument is n minus 1. But it is depends on a value of n. So this is same. Inside function, whenever we are call the same function, that is our direct recursion method, that is already discussed in a theory portion, and this is nothing but the recursion concept. So the output of this program is what? If user enter n equals 0, then if condition is true and returns 1, and that one value will be returned in a variable t, and the answer is display factorial equals 1. Clear? But if n is different than the 0, then it goes on a else part and making condition, that is n into fact n minus 1. That is, suppose n is 3, then 3 into 2 into 1. Clear? Something like that, it will returns answer onto the void main. This is already discussed. Let us start with the output, how it is executed, how it gives the output. So if here n is 3, then factorial is 6. Clear? Now, when the second function is implemented, that is sum of first n number using recursion, then you have to change only the two things. That is, first, in a factorial function, you have to change only the two things. Remember, whenever you are finding the sum of first n number, suppose n is 4, then you have to find the sum of 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So the logic is what? Instead of multiplication in a factorial, instead of multiplication, now you have to put plus sign. And when the number is 0, answer is 0. Sum is 0. So only the two changes are there. When n is 0, return 0. And otherwise, here the plus sign is there to find the sum. Clear? Now execute the second program, that is sum of first n number. So open that program first. Sum. What we are making, first change the name, because now it is a sum, not a fact. So here we only change the name of function with one argument and return is integer value, that is fourth category. Same logic is in a void main, only the change is function name. Here passing n and answer is displayed in a t. The sum equals t. Now the logic is what? inside some function, the logic is same as func, only the two change. When the number is 0, return 0. And instead of multiplication sign, now it is plus. And same function is called inside some function. Now we are making call to the same function sum. So this is the concept of recursion. Now what will be the output? Suppose n equals 4. Then the sum equals 10. 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. That is total is 10. Clear? Now the next program is sum of digit. The third program is to find the sum of digit of a given number using recursion. Open that program. Now what is the logic? Here the same logic is that only the change is name first, SOD, that is sum of digit, pass the argument, that is number itself, and returns integer value. Same here, we are changed the name of function, that is SOD. Suppose the number is 34, then our answer is 7 because the title is sum of digit. There are two digits, 3 and 4. So answer is sum 7. That is our logic. Now how it will executed with recursion. So in recursion means function call itself. So SOD inside this function call, when this line is executed, it jump onto the function definition, and that is our logic. This is our function definition. So inside SOD function, we are calling the same function SOD, that is the recursion. Clear? So whenever our n is 0, the answer is 0. So sum will be 0. But n is different than 0, then goes on a else part and execute this portion. Suppose n is 34, 35. Then what happen? Goes on a else part. Now find the remainder. Remainder, that is nothing but n modulo by 10. So 35 modulo by 10, that is r equals 5. R becomes 5. Now sum equals what? Sum by default is 0. 0 plus r. So 0 plus r, that is 5, plus the formula is SOD n divided by 10. My n is 35. So 35 divided by 10. This is the logic, this equation using recursion. So 0 plus 5 plus SOD 35 by 10. Now 35 by 10, that is nothing but 3. This is what? Function call. So jump onto the function definition. So goes on a upper part. Here my n is now 3. Now if n equals 0, no. So again goes on a else part. Again goes on a else part, and n is now 3. So here find the remainder, 3 modulo by 10. So remainder is what? 3 itself. And number is n by 10 is what? 0. Clear? So sum equals sum plus r. The sum plus r, that is 0 plus 5. My sum is 5. 5 plus r. Now y is 3. And again call the function, that is 3 by 10. That is 0. Now SOD is 0. So my n becomes 0. Again call this function, that is my n now becomes 0. When n becomes 0, it returns 0 values. So here the SOD is 0 returns 0 value. So the sum equals 5 plus 3 plus 0. That is total is 8. That is our answer, and that will be written in a void main. That is written in a void main that store in a variable t and print the answer sum of digit equals t. This is the logic to find the sum of digit using recursion. Now execute this program. Suppose n is 35, same. So the sum of digit is 8. Clear? Now the fourth program is find Fibonacci series up to given number n using recursion. The same program we are open here for the Fibonacci series. If you remember, the Fibonacci series always start with 0. So here we change the name, that is Fibo, returns integer value, that is 0, 1, 2 something, and the series is always start with 0. So here in a logic, suppose n is 5, then 5 term will be printed for a Fibonacci series. So here we are generate one for loop where I start with 0 because the Fibonacci series start with 0 first up to number n. Suppose n is 5, then we have to implement this loop 5 times and I plus plus. Inside this for loop, now call the function, that is our user defined function Fibo with argument I. Now first I is 0. First I is 0. So here when the function is called, it jump onto the function definition. Now I is 0, yes. Then this condition is true and the answer is written 0. That value will be stored in a t and print the t. That means here printed first term, that is 0. Now inside for loop I is incremented 1. So here Fibo I, that is Fibo 1 is called. Now jump onto the function definition with I value is 1. So in a second term, if you show as if I equals 1, yes, then returns the value 1. So here the t will be 1 and the second term will be displayed, that is 1. Now I is incremented from 1 to 2. So Fibo 2. Now I becomes 2. So jump onto the function definition here with I2. Now I is not 0, I is not 1. So goes on a else part here where I is 2. So here I is 2. So 2 minus 1, that is 1. Here 2 minus 2, that is 0. So Fibo 1 and Fibo 0. Two functions are called here. Recursion means function call itself. So inside this function definition Fibo, we are called 2 times function same Fibo with I value minus 1 and with I value minus 2. So here Fibo 1 and Fibo 0. These two functions are called. So goes on a Fibo function. Now when Fibo I, that is I value is 1, it returns value 1. So answer is 1. Now 0. So goes on a I0. So I0, then it returns 0. So 1 plus 0, that is 1 plus 0, that is 1. So it returns 1 onto the variable t and display here 1. Clear? So this is the answer of Fibo 0. This is answer of Fibo 1. This is answer of Fibo 2. Now suppose I is incremented with 3. Then same function is called I is 3. When I is 3, again goes on a else part. Here 3 minus 1, that is 2. And 3 minus 2, that is 1. Now Fibo 2 and Fibo 1. If you remember, Fibo 2 answer is 1 and Fibo 1 answer is 1. So 1 plus 1. Here 1 plus 1. Answer is 2 and that value will be written in a t and gets 2. Likewise that the Fibonacci series is generated up to the number n. Suppose n is 4, then this answer will be displayed because 4 term will be displayed here. Clear? Now execute this program. Here 2 times we are call function itself. Clear? Execute this program. Now n is suppose 5. So 5 term will be displayed for a Fibonacci series 0, 1, 1, 2 and 3. Now next program is after Fibonacci, the next program is GCD of 2 number. This is already discussed with a function. Now it is for a recursion. Clear? So if you remember the logic of GCD, we have to pass 2 number first in argument A and B. GCD full form is greatest common divisor. Suppose I enter A is 4 and B is 6. Then the common factor of 4 and 6 is 2. That is our integer value that will be displayed as an output. Again we are using fourth category with argument with return. Here we are calling the function GCD with two arguments a and b, and the answer is stored in a variable t. Now what is the logic for GCD? If you remember, here we are using recursion method, that is inside GCD function we are call the same function GCD. Inside this definition we are again call the same function, that is recursion. But if you are not using recursion, then what you are writing here directly a equals a minus b, that is our formula, and in a else part the second formula is b equals b minus a. This is already done in a function programs. This is our logic how to find GCD. If a not equals b, then check a is greater than b. Yes, then a value will be updated with a minus b. And as that is b is greater than a, then b value will be updated with a b minus a. That is our logic. But now here we are making recursion. So inside GCD function, the a value will be updated as a minus b. So here the formula is a minus b and b is as it is. Same thing here. A is as it is, but the b formula is updated. B equals b minus a. So here in a b part, we are changing the formula b minus a. This is nothing but the recursion method. Now execute this program. Suppose a is 4 and b is 6, then GCD is 2 because the 2 into 2 and 2 into 3, the common factor is 2. Now the last program is NCR using recursion. The formula for an NCR is what? The formula for NCR is what? N factorial divided by R factorial into N minus R factorial. Yeah. So here in a finding NCR, we have to use the same logic of factorial because the factorial is nothing but the NCR. N factorial upon R factorial into N minus R factorial. Now open this program first, NCR. Here we are writing the formula of NCR, that is N factorial divided by R factorial into N minus R factorial. So here we are input two values N and R. According to that value, the factorial is fine and the formula is done. Clear? But here we are applying only the logic of fact because we have to find the factorial, nothing else. So factorial is already fine with a recursion in our first program, that is factorial for n values, find the factorial for r values and find the factorial for n minus r value and put this value in a equation. So here the fact function is called same as factorial logic. So fact is there, same logic of factorial that we put here, integer fact. If n is 0, then return 1. Otherwise, the multiplication and function call itself, that is fact n minus 1. No other change is there. Now, what is the change? Now, here 3 times the function is called fact because our formula is what? First, find the n factorial. So, fact n. Whatever the answer is finding, which is divided with factorial r into factorial n minus r. So 3 times the factorial function is called and whatever the answer will be stored in a variable t and print the message NCR equals t. So here the change is only the formula, no change for a fact function. The same logic for a factorial. Now execute this program. Suppose n is 4 and r is 3. Then the NCR is 4. How it is getting? So first find the 4 n factorial, that is 4 factorial, and divide this 4 factorial with r factorial into n minus r, that is divide this 4 factorial with 3 factorial into 4 minus 3, that is 1. So we are getting the answer 4. Clear? This is the program how to find NCR using recursion method. These all programs are most IMP for a recursion, and this is very most important topic. If you have any query regarding this topic or any query regarding this subject, then you are feel free to contact me. Thank you so much for listening this video.